Hey everybody, Doug7 here. I'm so freaking happy. Hey guys, welcome to the 48 Simply Fantastic Country Guitar Licks program. I'm going to be going inside today and showing you a full solo. Today you're going to learn a full country Haggard, Roy Nichols, James Burton style solo. Today, in this short video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And the layout of today's video matches the layout of the program, so that way you'll have a better understanding of how simple this is. It goes through 5 parts, okay? The first part, I'm going to show you the chords of the song. We only work with 3 chords to keep this easy, okay? I'm going to show you the 3 chords and the rhythm of the song. That way you'll know what you're up against when we start playing the licks and solos and things, okay? The second part is the scale. I use a hybrid scale. It's kind of my own mix of minor scales, major scales, dominant 7 notes, major 3rd notes, and all that happy stuff that you don't need to know, because we're only going to be using about 5 notes of the scale today. So I'm just going to show you basically the shape of the scale that we're thinking around, all right? The theme. That's why I refused to do a country licks course where I just threw licks at you all day and expected you to magically put them into solos together and piece them all together in these transitions, when it's impossible to do that. You cannot learn how to create solos by learning licks, because licks resolve in the same key. They're not a phrase. They're not a part of a sentence. They're not a part of a theme, okay? But when you learn phrase licks, transition licks, that's when you're in the money, okay? That's when the magic happens, and you can put them in solo form, okay? And you can actually piece them all together, mix them all, and match them all. That's why this program is so powerfully awesome, and everybody is loving it so far. I'm so happy. All right, so the scale. Part 3, I'm going to show you the techniques. A technique basically takes notes, boring, lifeless notes, and applying just vibrato, or applying bends. All right, another technique was the hybrid. So techniques are infinite, and techniques basically brings the notes to life and makes them sing and makes them sound like a phrase, okay? And then the 4th part, I'm going to play the entire solo for you, okay? The lick in A, the transition into D, then the transition back to A, all right? And so you're going to see the picture. Have you ever, around Christmas time, had to put toys together and you have no idea what to do until you see the picture? So part 4 is the full picture. That way you know what you're going to be playing here in a second. Part 5, I'm just going to go note for note exactly what was played, along with the techniques that we used, and over each key. All right, you're going to love this. I hope you stick around with me. I'm going to make this as quick and painless and short as possible, even though I have a lot I want to teach. I just want to stick to the program and show you what's inside, okay? You're getting 48 of these examples, all right? This is just one of them, so I hope you enjoy. Let's get started. All right, just like I said, part 1 of every volume is going to go through these same 5 parts that I'm going to give you today, all right? So let's get down to it. Here are the chords in this song. Like I said, it's a great honky-tonk Merle Haggard type song. And we're going to do this in A, D, and E, okay? It's all the chords we're going to use. And it's kind of like a shuffle like this, or you could use an A7. That's all it it does. That is the entire chord progression, okay? And I trust you guys know your chords, so this is more of a licks and solos thing, so I'm not going to teach you how to play the A and D and E and things like that. I will say real quick that when I'm playing an electric guitar and I'm playing rhythm or fills, you saw I only used 3 notes, okay? Just like that'd be an A5, I guess, because you're just using the root note and the 5 note, okay, and then the octave. So, and then same thing with D, and then E, and I just kind of palm mute it like that. So there's that really quick. All right. So let's get down to the second section now. Here is the scale or the shape we'll be thinking from. Okay, it's kind of based around the minor blues, pentatonic, but here's the way I use. And I'm only going to go on the first 4 strings because that's all we're going to be using in this one, okay? So here is the scale. All right? And that is 5, 6, 7, 8th fret, first string, 8, 7, 5, and then second string, 8, 7, 5, again on the third, 8, 7, 5, and then kind of a, and then the A note here on the 4th string, 7th fret. And that's just a little, you're kind of thinking that note. All right, so that is the only scale that we use in this entire solo, and that will be the theme. All right, because usually when a song's out of A like this and it's good old country, you can play the whole solo and every lick basically out of A, just changing your target notes around a little bit. Okay, which I'll talk about in the program. So there is the chords and the scale. Now, here's basically the only technique that we're going to use in this one is bending. So we use pre-bends, which is when you bend, let's say, these 2 notes. Let's say I don't want to pluck that note on the fret, I just want to bend up to it. Okay, so there's a bend, and it's just 1 fret. Here's a pre-bend. It's when you bend it, and then pluck it, and then descend the bend. So I'm basically playing the first 3 notes of the scale, but I'm using a bend, pre-bend, for the first 2 notes. Okay? So there's the first technique. It's just a pre-bend. And then the other bend is just a regular bend. Okay? So you'll just bend this note up to that. Or if you want to go this way, it's bending up to this note. All right? So basically, that's all the techniques I'm using. If you want to count vibrato, I'm always using vibrato. I never just land on a note without some vibrato, okay? So pre-bend, and then regular bend. All right, so there is the techniques, all right? We're going to go into the next part of this now, where I show you the full picture of what we're going to be building today. And the rest of this will move very quickly, okay? So I'm going to play the whole solo for you right now. The lick in A, the lick in D, and the lick in E. So you can hear what you're about to play. And then I'll go over note for note for you. I'll play the lick in A, and then I'll show you the lick in D, and then in E, slowed down like this, all right? And then you have your tabs and backing tracks below. Nothing to download. You can just listen right here and look at your tabs, and I hope that you get a lot out of this, all right? So let's play that solo now. love stuff like this, like I do. All right, man, this is my wheelhouse. This is what I was raised with. It's the first stuff I learned. And I'm so glad I've finally got around to teaching this stuff, all right? So anyway, let's go ahead and start with the first phrase, all right? And I meant to add earlier, in those chords, no, I did say it actually, you can use all seventh chords if you want in this. It just works, all right? So let's go down here and let's just begin on the first phrase, all right? When I was teaching you the technique earlier, I kind of did it. I will mention what I'm doing. You don't have to do. I'm just kind of adding a little. I'm raking all the strings dead and then up on the first. So. All right, but that's kind of an advanced technique, and that's just what I use to make it sound better. And so here is what you can do with it. It's a pre-bend. And then the same thing on the second string. And then a real bend. Okay, so you have to work on your muting and killing that. Killing it and then plucking that note, okay? So it's. And then a pre-bend. The whole A section, okay? And you have your tabs down there, so I won't spend a lot of video time on this. Okay, and then when it goes to the D, we're going to stay right here. And that's where the country major third comes into the blues situation. That just made the blues country just by that 1/3 note. All right? So here's the D section again. One more time. You can hammer that on or slide. All right, and I'm using my middle finger too, and you don't have to do that. All right, here is the part in, that goes from D to A. All right, that's the transition part. All right, and that's what makes this a transition lick. Here is when it goes to A, or E, the 5, we're going to do another pre-bend. Or you can do kind of 2 if you want. Okay, there's the 2 variations you can do. So when it goes to the E. Okay, so now I'm just going to slow down all 3 of those licks, all right? And the full context of the solo just slower, all right? And then I'll play the slow-mo version for you to take this out. That way, while you're looking at your tabs, you can hear the video and kind of play along with it because it'll be like 20% slower, I think. So you'll like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I just love that. And there's so many things I want to tell you right there, but I'm going to save it for the program and try to give you this good, valuable lesson here. And I hope you work on this solo. And I hope it's not too beneath your level or too above your level. I tried to make this a little bit for everybody. And also in the program, there's going to be bonus content where I show you how to make these licks and solos sound more advanced and simply fantastic. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay. Here's that slowed down version of the exact same solo. I hope you enjoy it. Work on this and just enjoy playing along with your backing track and things like that. Get this program if you don't have it already. All right. I hope to see you on the inside. Thanks for joining me, guys.